Welcome. In this video, I will show you how to use Chat GPT to speed up your front-end development. So, as we are software developers, JavaScript developers, React developers, we can use some benefits of Chat GPT to speed up our work. As you see, even on the home screen, you see that there is a sample of request. How do I make an HTTP request in JavaScript? So, I have a simple project created with React. It's just fetching data from Wikipedia, like Wikipedia, and we have some results. Then this code here we have example, and we have a lot of functions, different functions, and we have some hooks. So let's create some unit tests for hooks with Chat GPT. As you know, maybe creating unit tests is pretty boring and sometimes time-consuming task. So maybe we can somehow speed up the work. Let's try to do it. But if you already used Chat GPT for speeding up your software development work, is it JavaScript, React, or any other language, just write a comment under this video and describe how did you use it. Maybe it will be interesting for other viewers, or at least it will be interesting for me to know how other people use it. Okay, let's start to do it. I have a code coverage for this project, and we have source and hooks. Now, as you see, there is almost nothing covered with unit tests. Let's open this code, it's hooks, and we have 3 different hooks. We can start from the simplest one, useSearchForm. It just takes value, search value, and returns on search change. Basically, there's nothing, we just have search value and set search value. Just usual use state hook. Okay, also I have unit tests for this hook created by me before, and now we can try how it works. We can copy this text and let's go to ChatGPT. So let's ask it to create unit test using jest for this hook, and we will see how it works. Now let's copy our hook useSearchForm, and inside ChatGPT we will type to write unit test for this hook. And we will put text code functions. So let's check what do we have. Also we have description, what tests should do one by one, but basically let's copy. We will go to the tests and let's create a new file. It calls hooks spec.js. And let's copy and paste. Let's paste what do we have. Here we have import from search form, but basically we will need to replace it to hooks, put the correct path and everything else. The form from the clean code perspective pretty good. I would put empty line before const, but it's not so important. We have render hook use form. We have current search value to be defined, function to be defined, and in the next function we need to execute method on search change, and we need to check value. Really looks really good. Let's run yarn test CI the code, check does it work or not. So we see that all tests were passed. Now we will refresh the page and we see that useSearchForm is covered pretty good. The next one, we need to create unit test for useDebounce. So as you see, code looks really pretty good. We can compare with the code I have created by myself for this component. useDebounce, useSearchForm. Description is a bit another one, but basically we have the same render hook. We have current value, set value function. We act with changing this on search change. We have data, then we execute it again, and we have data, another data. Basically it's the same, but target is object. In my case, I put it to the separate variable and declared it, executed it in the before each. But in this case, it's even better in case we have only one test case for this execution. Okay, the next one, as I said before, let's put the next hook, useDebounce. This one is a bit more complex as we have timeout, timers, and we need mock timers. Let's copy it. Let's copy and we will go to the Chat GPT. As we see, we have these two functions are not tested. Okay, let's create a unit test for this hook. We will put code as well, and here, as you see, we have function, we have test. Also, as you see, we use just fake timers. It's pretty good. We as well have explanation with act or render. Okay, let's copy it and check. We don't need render, we don't need imports because we already have it. We just need the import useDebounce, and let's copy test for useDebounce hook. Also, as you see, from the clean code perspective, all hooks are combined into the describe. We have test, the same almost what I had in my case, but I used it, but it's okay. Now we have fake timers. I would improve a bit clean code perspective. From the clean code perspective, add some empty lines because of reading not so good. Also, as you see, we have just real fake timers. We can put it to before each, but let's run it and check. Does it work at all or not? One unit test failed, not so good. Line 46. Doesn't work. Okay, let's copy this error and check is it possible to fix it. So as you see, based on the error, it tries to regenerate unit test. Let's copy new version, copy, and we will replace this code we have. Let's put, then let's run it again. And still we have error, the same error. Okay, we can try to fix it manually, but the next, let's say that we want advance timer. So we have only one error, it's 38. Let's try to exclude this test and run without it. So all of them are passed, works. Also we have that unit tests are covered, all lines are covered, and it works. So basically it's good, really good. We just need to investigate what was wrong with this code. But it works. Okay, really from my perspective, as we have code coverage, it's okay. We do not investigate right now deeply what was wrong, but if you know, you can check this code sample and find out the reason. I will check it later and maybe I will record the solution. Now let's go to the most complex hook we have, it's useSearch. We need to go to useSearch. This one is really bigger and it has much more logic. Let's copy this hook. Copy, and again we will go to Chat GPT and ask the same. Put the hook and it creates some sample. We have Axios, we mock Axios, it's okay. It's stuck. Where is the next unit test? Okay, it doesn't work. But let's copy what do we have. We need Axios. Let's copy it. Then we need mock Axios. And then we need to copy this describe with the tests we have. So we don't have the latest one, but let's copy what we have. And don't forget to close this describe for useSearch. The next, we need import use search, and now we can try to run unit tests. In this case, we have 2 unit tests are failed. So we can't read token, and so basically we have for use search, after search we have clear mocks, we have 1 test, 2, 3 tests. Okay, let's exclude second and third. I guess they are wrong. Everything works. What we have from the we don't have a lot of changes from the code coverage perspective. Okay, now let's check what is wrong. Use search, wait for next update, current status idle, not have been called. Let's compare with that what I have. useDebounce, use search hook. Use search render hook, and status should be pending. Then in case we have stub request, we render hook, wait for the next update, and result should be success. Let's check in our case. Should make API call if query length is less than 3. Should not make. Okay, in the code we have return, yes. Let's check if length is less than 3, we use search to be idle, then wait for the next update, and it should be idle still. Let's check what's wrong. It fails and we have error. So basically, as you see, it creates a code, but it doesn't work, it fails. There are 2 reasons. The first one, there is something wrong with the code itself, we need to check. And the second one, unit test was created incorrect. So what can I say? First of all, it's really good that it creates this code and we have a lot of boilerplate implemented. But what was not so good, that there is error and we need to find out what is wrong. In case you are familiar with unit test, with Jest, with this code, it will be pretty easy and fast to find and fix the error. In other case, it may take a lot of time. So I will try to fix it later, but basically it works, more or less. We can check, we can spend some time and try to fix it. Okay, I will close this, exclude this unit test, and let's do the next. Let's create another unit test. For example, we have different components. For example, we have input and we have unit test for this input. We can go to the components, we have input and it's covered with 100%. Now, let's do the next. We will txt, we will rename unit test we have. Now we will create a new file index test.js, and I want to have unit test for this component. Now we will run unit tests, we will exclude previously generated tests from the coverage. One failed, we even have, what's wrong? We have no let's do the next. Let's remove this file because of it fails to run empty unit test file. Yep, it works. Now okay, maybe this component is covered from some other unit test. Let's check, for example, do we have some other component we can try to use? For example, autocomplete. If this one is a big one, let's try to txt. We will remove the old test we have for autocomplete. So we have autocomplete. As you see, it has some lines covered, but basically they are covered from another test we have. Now we will create index test.js, and let's have some unit tests for this component. We have input. Let's copy and ask for unit test. So it generates some code. We have explanation, of course. Okay, let's copy code sample. Now we will go to test.js. Let's put this code sample. We have autocomplete, but it's from index file. Yes. And fire event from testing library. Let's check packages on do we have testing library. Testing library we have. Okay, let's run this unit test and check how it works. All 4 unit tests failed. No snapshots are failed. Okay, in this case, let's run with snapshots update. No, anyway, they are failed. They failed. So as you see, Chat GPT, AI, artificial intelligence, not so smart to fix, or at least to create some unit tests for really difficult components. Maybe we need to spend some time and investigate what is wrong and fix it manually. We have all the code placeholders and we can check how it works. We also can open my example. We have shallow from enzyme, autocomplete. It works a bit another way. But anyway, we have something. Okay, what can we do also? Maybe we can ask for adding some formatting from the clean code perspective. Let's ask it. So we will ask to format this code with the best clean code practices. Also, it generates absolutely new. Oh, it generates formatted code I put. Okay, let's ask for unit tests. We will ask to format unit tests. Okay, do we see some improvements? No, there is nothing new, and it just generates the same code. We have before each. Let's check, do we have before each before? No, it added before each is okay. Let's copy and check, does it work or not? Let's run it. Anyway, it doesn't work. So basically, we see that there is some useful samples from the Chat GPT, and somehow we can use it for more or less simple components, hooks, or util functions. But for a bit more complex component, we need to spend additional time to find out what was wrong and fix our unit tests. So in case you have some experience of using ChatGPT in your work, I would be happy to see comments from you under this video. Thank you for watching.